I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, that is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And they only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, we here. What's poppin'? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC, in the building. Yes, bro. Shout out to No Data. Shout out to Dukalex. Shout out to Dasher. What's going on? AT, June Sports, Linwood, Vader was popping with your Phoenix Smiles in the building. Steve-O Baby, Kid Frankie. Shout out to Truck Driver in the building. What's going on? First Down was popping. Demetrius. Shout out to Wise the Scholar in the building. Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Captain Creator in the building. Chris the Player. Who else we got up in here? Shout out to, let me see, Kobe Lean is up in the motherfucking building. Nick Morrison, J Bone. Shout out to you, man. Hamza in the building. So today is just going to be a show where you guys can, call up, ask me whatever you want, or, put a question in the chat and I will get to your question. So this is ask me anything about the game. Call and get your questions answered, or you can put your questions in the chat and get your questions answered. So this show right here is for you guys to take advantage of to get your questions answered out here in these streets. You feel me? But before we get into all of that, though, y'all already know that we got to talk about CunninghamElements.com. Y'all already know. So make sure you guys go to CunninghamElements.com, get the Masculine Identity Parfum, get the Masculine Identity Soap, and get the Shea Butter. Go to CunninghamElements.com. Make sure you guys do that. Also, make sure you guys go to ShopLocario.com to get the online dating consultation with myself and April. You understand what I'm saying?
Just do it.
Make sure you do that. You feel me? And also make sure that you guys go and get the massive game collection at shoplocario.com, 24 of my products in one package. Make sure you guys go and do that and get that going. You feel what I'm saying? And make sure you guys go to get the Master the Vetting Process program. Because all you guys need to learn how to vet. If you're not vetting, you're fucking up. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys do that and get that going. You feel me? All right, so we already got some people calling in. 516 was popping. Who this?
Hey, do we have to donate for this show?
Hell yeah, nigga. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So listen, hit that donate button. Call right back. You feel what I'm saying? And we'll get the, the game is to be sold. You know what I'm saying? So hit that donate button, call right back, and then we'll get to the questions. You feel me? And so unless somebody else puts in a free thing for a free call, then you could call back on that. But donate, call back, and we'll get that cracking. All right. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, so guys, hit that donate button. Call up 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300, or just put a question in a chat and we'll get to your question. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys do that. Also, hold on. Let me see. Let me make sure that you guys also remember to go to badboymembership.com, because right now on the Bad Boy membership, we have 5 advanced ways to build sexual tension. It's fire. Oh, it's so good. When you go to badboymembership.com. And also make sure you guys go to masculineidentitymembership.com, join the Masculine Identity Membership so you can be on the Zoom calls with Miles every Monday so that you guys can step up your game. You know what I'm saying? So you can step up your game. You know, it's funny. I was actually going to do like a whole show on that whole Charlie Kirk situation. I know y'all must have heard of it by now, when a dude got shot or whatever. And basically, but real quick, what I'll say about that is this, right? And this is where a lot of you guys got to pay attention and you know, be real about your shit, right? So what happened is that, you know, he ended up dying because he was talking his shit, right? And my personal opinion is that he was just talking his shit. I don't even think he really was about what he was talking about. I think he was, you know, grifting, you know, basically, let me talk shit about black people. Let me talk shit about this and that. And, you know, I'll get some views and get some clout. Right now, I'm not saying that he doesn't believe the shit he's talking about. What I'm saying is that I don't necessarily think that he was really real about his shit. Meaning, and what I say that is, and I say that to say this, is that you guys got to understand how important it is when it comes to you being a man, being real about your shit. Because if you're real about your shit, right, then you're actually saying what you're saying and doing what you're doing, because that's really what you're about. That's part of your masculine identity. Now, if you're just talking shit, then you can get some shit happen to you just because you're talking shit. You understand what I'm saying? So if something was to happen to you, at least it happens to you based on you being real about your shit. So what I'm saying is just be very aware of what you're saying and what you're doing, and what you're saying and what you're doing should actually be real about you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to get too much into, you know, the some of the things he was talking about, because, you know, this is, I'm gonna just save that. So I'm gonna save that shit for another day, because, you know, but yeah, guys, you can call in. Call in number is 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat. We'll get to your questions. All right, so let me see what some of these questions are saying. So it says, Chris Player said, can you admit that gratitude is a cope? It is useful, one for sure, but when you don't feel or practice gratitude and you are neutral about life, nothing is really as good as people say. So this is the thing, right? So he's saying, you know, can you admit gratitude is a cope? I can't admit that because it's not a cope. And another thing I got to say too is this, is that, guys, you can't, okay, how do I say this to make this easy for you guys to understand, right? You can't say a certain thing, or I guess I should say you could say a certain thing. You could have your opinion on certain things, but you have to back up what your opinion is, because then it's just going to sound like nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what happened with old boy. You know, he had a bunch of opinions on shit, but it was a bunch of nonsense. And then so what happens is that a lot of times people think, you know, nonsense is like some real shit or some real deep shit, right? But what we're saying is that gratitude is not a cope, because all gratitude is awareness. That's all it is, right? And that's you being aware of what is going on and what you have, and then just basically feeling good about that, right? Because you're still aware regardless, but then you just couldn't go the opposite direction and not be grateful, right? You could basically just complain about all the shit that you don't have, right? When you're grateful, when you are showing gratitude, you are appreciating what you do have. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times what happens is that you forget what you actually do have, because you're so comfortable in what you do have and you are worrying about what you don't have. right? So there's so many things you can be grateful for, right? So many things, right? But you forget that because you're so comfortable in the shit that you do have. So right now, you might be actually healthy and you're not thinking about being sick because you're healthy right now. But you haven't woken up and been grateful about the fact that you're healthy, right? Because you're just used to it and you just think it's a given. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So right now you probably, or I should say today, you probably ate some food. You should be grateful for that. You could, I'm sure I don't know who you personally, but let's say that you can actually see, you're not blind. You should be grateful for that. You understand? You probably have all your limbs, right? So there's so many things to be grateful for. So it's not a cope. You understand what I'm saying? It is not a cope. Right. And you said it is useful, one for sure, but when you don't feel or practice gratitude and you are neutral about life, nothing is really as good as people say. So are you saying that when you're just in the middle, you're just saying that in that context that gratitude is a cope? No, you still can be grateful and you can also be neutral. You understand? So meaning you can be grateful about what you have and what's going on, right? But you can also at the same time say, well, you know what? I'm not going to attach myself too much to this or that. I'm just chilling and I'm just enjoying the moment. You feel what I'm saying? So you can do both. It's not that, being grateful is coping. You feel what I'm saying? But guys, if you have a question, put in a Q in the chat. If you want to call up, call the numbers 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So let me see what somebody else is saying. It says, why does snow bunnies show me love and black ladies don't unless they want help? All right, let's answer. Let's get to this call first. 612 was popping. Who it is?
Yeah, this is Tim. I sent it to your Venmo.
All right, that's what's up. Appreciate it. So what's going on, man?
Yeah, so the gratitude thing, that's really it's a elementary question. It's really interesting actually that he asked that, because I actually gratitude is everything, and the reason I figured out it wasn't a cope is because recently, I've been doing my thing and shit, but I'm in sales, right? So I sell a product for a company. I do that every single day. And a lot of days it's like you don't make a sale, right? Because I sell a pretty high ticket item, right? But the thing is when you are grateful, you understand that everything that is meant for you is meant for you. And so the deals that I don't close aren't meant to close, and the deals that do close are meant to close.
Exactly.
And so he's like misconflating like gratitude with like being like fucking like super happy all the time. It's more so just the state of understanding, as you said, like shit's gonna go your way sometimes, other times it's not, but you got to be grateful for everything that you have,
right? Like
at all times.
Exactly.
Like yesterday, for example, and this is the story that I wanted to tell. So yesterday, like I've gotten like really shitty sleep the past 2 nights, and I love my sleep. But I was thinking to myself yesterday as I was trying to just power through my work, like I'm like, God damn, in order to feel well rested, I also have to have days where I'm not well rested. And so I'm so grateful for the fact that I am sitting here able to do my work, even though I'm tired as fuck and I wish I could just go to bed and take a nap, but I still have to do what I have to do. And then, I went to bed last night, got a good, 7.5, 8 hours of sleep, and woke up today feeling refreshed. But I can't feel refreshed without also feeling tired and drained at times.
Exactly.
And so it's just that. So
exactly. And what's interesting about that is that's why also you can be grateful for when you're feeling tired and drained. But see, people don't look at it that way, because the thing is, everything is connected. So if you're grateful for the fact that you get a good night's sleep, you also have to be grateful for the fact when you don't get a good night's sleep, because that gives you the contrast to see how everything is connected, to see like, hey, the reason why I could appreciate this good night's sleep is because I didn't have one before. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing that people never want to look at. So a lot of times people are in situations and they're like, well, I don't like this situation. But in order for you to get a situation you like, you also have to have a situation you don't like. You see what I'm saying? You can't have one without the other. You see what I mean?
I 100%. And the thing is that question exposes that he thinks gratitude isn't a fucking choice. It's a choice. It's a consistent choice you make every single day. Like yesterday, I was like, you know, I got into a mental loop of like, oh, like this fuck. But I realized like, no, I have to be fucking grateful that I'm like feeling tired as fuck right now and I have to do this work. And I was still up at like 11 p.m. Like I'm trying to start a business and shit. I'm like, fuck it. I'm so tired, but I've got to put in this work again because I'm trying to do that on top of what I'm doing right now, like my actual, you know, kind of job that's bringing in the money right now. But yeah, it's a choice every single day, every second, every moment of your life. You get the opportunity to choose to be grateful to be on this planet. So anyways, I just wanted to give that because that question prompted me to think about like that situation yesterday, but appreciate you taking my call.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call. That's what's up. Appreciate your fam. So guys, call in 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So call in. If you have any questions, call in. If you have any questions that you just want to put in the chat, put those questions in the chat and we will get to your questions in the chat. So this one again says, why do snow bunnies show me love and black ladies don't unless they want help? Right. And so basically all that's happening is that you are just meeting the black women who don't like you and you're meeting the white women who do like you, right? Also, what happens is that you are saying this to yourself, so you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy when it comes to you dealing with black women, right? So a lot of times people don't understand that the stuff that you say is powerful because the stuff that you say, you're basically you can put that into motion for it to occur that way. So if you're saying, you know, black women don't want to fuck with you unless, you know, they want you to help them with some shit, that's going to be already on your mind when you're talking to another black woman, right? So because that's on your mind and you think black women don't like you, you're going to act like a certain way that's going to make you unlikable to black women. You see what I'm saying? So y'all don't realize how the things that you say to yourself are the things that are going to make you act a certain way. Because remember, your thoughts become your actions. So you're thinking unattractive thoughts. That's going to cause unattractive actions. You see what I'm saying? It's really that simple. So you guys got to understand that stuff. But let me see what other questions we got here. It says, hey, Locario, did you know that dudes are actually paying women so they can give them their numbers, IG, and Snapchats? The modern male has hit a new low. Oh my God. So niggas is out here paying to get women's numbers and IGs and shit. This is crazy. But again, these guys don't understand attraction, right? Because if you have to pay, she don't like you. So it's the same thing as tricking. If you have to pay, she don't want to fuck you. That's why you're paying. If you have to pay to get the number, she don't want to really deal with you. That's why you're paying. So if dudes is really out here paying, this is sad. This is how you know niggas actually need the game. This is horrible. You know what I'm saying? This shit is horrible. It says, how should a man with game handle dealing with other men in their life, in work, street events, and how to handle dealing with conflicts or threats? Didn't you ask this question before? I think you asked this question before. What is going on in your life where you have to deal with this type of shit with other men? I don't understand what's going on with you. Right? Like what I want to know exactly what's going on. You got to call up 844 672-7300. That's crazy. That's some weird ass shit. Because this is the thing. First of all, why are you even really in a lot of situations where this is occurring? Right? So sometimes you guys have to learn how to, you know, stick to yourself and stop trying to be a part of a lot of different groups and, you know, hang out with all these motherfuckers and, you know, converse and engage and all that other shit. You understand? Like, you know, they say there's this what is it? The male loneliness epidemic, right? So the thing is, learn to be alone. You understand what I'm saying? Like being alone isn't the same as being lonely. You understand? Because when you're lonely, right, you feel the need to be around people. And when you feel the need to be around people, shit like this occurs where you're, like, oh, how come I'm dealing with all these people and, I've got to handle all this conflict? Well, guess what? There won't be any conflict if you're not dealing with all them people. You understand what I'm saying? So fall back from that shit and, deal with yourself. And then when you deal with yourself, you say, okay, listen, the only types of people I'm going to hang around with, take seriously, or engage with are people that I deem worthy to be around me. Now, if you're in a situation where it's a work thing or you kind of have to deal with certain people, that's one thing. And even with that, you still just do your work and then keep the shit pushing. You see what I'm saying? Let me see what other questions. It says that if a man splits expensive level game, or he said spits. I said splits. I don't know why I said it. If a man spits expensive level game to the public, his life would be in danger. What is expensive level game, Efosa? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. You said, okay, let me see. Let me see if I can see that guy. I don't see the guy that you're talking about, but I'll double check. But anyway, let me see what these other questions are saying. It says, do married women flirt for attention purposes? Yes. So sometimes you'll have married women who will flirt with you because they want you to flirt back. And they're doing that for attention because they want to see if, they still got it. They want to see if guys are still interested in them. They like the attention, so forth and so on. Now, sometimes what will happen is that some of these guys will end up fucking those women that's flirting. You understand what I'm saying? Ask me how I know. Right? So then what will happen is that some of these women will do this for attention. But remember, once a woman gets a certain amount of attention, she's going to want more attention. Like the attention always has to be increased. So if she keeps flirting, let's say she's flirting with a guy she met at some event or some party, and then let's say she likes flirting with him and then they exchange numbers. So now it's going to the next level. Right. And then he's like, hey, listen, I know you're married, but let's just, we could just be friends. Let's go get a cup of coffee or some shit. And she's like, okay, because she likes the attention. Right. And then that cup of coffee turns into them getting together and fucking. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing you gotta understand about that shit. So why do you think you don't gotta prove nothing to anyone? Timothy, why do you ask the crazy? It's you and I think Chris the player asks the weirdest ass questions. It's hilarious. That the reason why you don't have to prove nothing to anyone because the game is about you. It's that simple. That simple. See, the problem is the reason why you guys have issues in the game or you're frustrated is because you're trying to prove yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And see, you guys think that bullshit. This is why y'all be asking, yo, Locario, where's your receipts, bro? Why don't you show us your receipts? Nigga, I don't got to show y'all shit. You see what I'm saying? But see, when you have the idea that you have to prove yourself to someone, that's the type of goofy shit you might do, which is show receipts. You understand what I'm saying? But what you have to understand is that when you have game, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You see what I'm saying? You're not proving yourself to nobody. But again, a lot of times what happens is that you trying to prove yourself is a form of insecurity. It's a form of you looking for validation. That's why you're trying to prove yourself, because a person is saying to you, hey, I don't believe you are him, Timothy. So Timothy, you got to prove to me you're him. And then so you say, oh man, I don't want this guy to think I'm not him. So let me show him this so I can prove that I'm him. Let me prove it to him that I'm him. You see what I'm saying? But that's coming from a place of insecurity because you don't believe you're that guy. So that's why you're trying to prove it to others so other people could think you're that guy so that you can believe it yourself. Because when a person says, hey, prove this to me, right? A part of you has the same doubt they have in you. That's why you're trying to prove it. Because so you're just like him. You're just like the other person trying to get the proof. You're like, oh, well, let me prove it to him so I can also prove it to myself. That's how that works. And see, when you do that type of shit, you're unattractive. That's why a lot of times when you guys are trying to, pass a woman's shit test, you understand what I'm saying? When you guys are chasing women, what you're doing is that you're trying to prove to the woman, right, that you're that guy. You said, don't you think that's being delusional? What's being delusional? What is delusional about thinking that, or I should say this, how is it delusional to understand who you are and not feel like you have to prove anything to anybody? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, so Timothy, let's say, for example, you're like, Locario, I don't believe this about you. Prove it. Right? Now, my question to you would be, who are you and why are you important for me to prove anything to you? You see what I'm saying? So what benefit do I make, or what benefit do I have by proving anything to you? And who are you to prove anything to? You see what I'm saying? That's the part that you guys don't understand. So Timothy, you got to understand that if you come to me telling me to prove something, right? What you have to understand is that you are not important to me. So therefore, I don't need to prove anything to you. And also, because I understand who I am, right? That's all that matters. See, you're trying to understand who I am by trying to get me to prove something to you. But you understanding who I am isn't important. It's only important if I understand who I am. You see what I'm saying? See, for example, this is why that chick, Sadia Khan, fucked up. And people like her, because when you're fake, and I mean, this is bound to happen anyway. Whenever you're fake, you're gonna get revealed. I'll just say it that way. Whenever you are fake, you are going to get exposed. So what happened with Sadia Khan is that she got exposed because she was fake. And then what happened is that she was trying to prove that she was real, even though she's fake. You see what I'm saying? So then this is where shit snowballed and she got all emotional and she started, doing all that other extra shit because she was trying to prove to people that she's real. You see what I'm saying? Because they're like, wait a second, we're doubting now that you're like really who you say you are. So now she's scrambling. Oh my God, I got to prove to them that I really am who I am. But she can't because it's not real. But see, when you're a real motherfucker, you don't got to prove shit to anybody. You see what I'm saying? It's that simple. Let me see what this other stuff is saying here. And guys, call the number 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. So it says, I don't agree with you telling a woman I'm trying to smash on the first approach since it never seems to work. Any other ideas? So sad. So sad. So sad. Now, let me ask you a question. If I told you, hey, I know you want to, run your own business. And I tell you the steps you need to take to run your own business, and you try it and it doesn't work for you, right? Does that mean that people running businesses don't work? Or you just didn't know how to work it in order to get your business running, right? So in other words, does the game or the advice not work, or do you not know how to work the advice? You see what I'm saying? That's the problem with a lot of you guys. So what happens is that a lot of you guys who want to interact with women and be direct, right? You guys don't have social skills in the first place, right? Then on top of that, you're doing things and you're like, well, this stuff isn't working, but then you get no coaching to actually learn how to actually do it. See, let me tell you guys something. So what you guys don't understand is this, right? When we do these YouTube videos, right? Let me put y'all onto the game. Let me put y'all into the game, right? You guys can't really improve by watching free YouTube videos because we purposely, right, don't give you all the information. Why? Because you have to invest to get the information. So a lot of times when you say stuff like this, I'm like, I know you're not getting coaching. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know you're not getting coaching. You see what I'm saying? So the problem is that you guys, you hear some stuff and then you do the stuff how you think it's supposed to be done instead of doing it how it's actually supposed to be done. But you're not going to know how it's actually supposed to be done unless you're being taught how to do it. You see what I'm saying? So you got to invest. You got to get coaching. You got to get on the memberships. You got to buy the products. You guys think we just sitting here like, you understand what I'm saying? Nah, there's no free calls right now. I mean, and if somebody wants to donate for a free call, then it'll be a free call. But right now, at the moment, we don't have any free calls. But see, understand, this right here is still that free call shit. A lot of times is the reason why you're having trouble in the game. You see what I'm saying? See, you can't get, so basically it's like this. Whatever you put in, you're going to get out. You understand? See, Charlie Kirk found that out. Like, whatever you put in, you're going to get out. That's how it works. 832, what's popping? Who this?
This is Jay from Houston. What's up, Locario, man?
What up? What's going on, fam? Did you donate, though?
Yeah, I sent the 5.
All right, that's what's up. So what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Since they asking for free shit, I said, let me just give a 5, man, since they asking for it, man. Since you're giving out game for anything, they ask for anything, I just gave 5 out so they can go ahead and call in, man, whoever the fuck it was.
All right, cool. That's what's up, man. Well, I appreciate you, fam.
All right, no doubt.
All right, man, I'm out. Peace. So, guys, we got one free call, guys. One free call is up right now. Whoever calls up to get it, that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So we got one free call right now. And guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat. We'll get to your questions too. If you want to call up, calling number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? And if you guys want to cash app, you can cash app at $ Miles in the Game. And I think this is Efosa calling up with the free call. What's going on, Efosa?
How you doing?
Chilling. What's up with your man?
I got a question. So if a man spits like too much game, like bad boy mental top game, like top tier game to the public, something like that, do you think his life would be in danger?
I mean, it could be. It just depends. Anybody's life could be in danger. But this is the thing. This is why you have to stand on what you talk about. You feel what I'm saying? This is why you got to stand on what you're about. It's just like anything else. Even if if you're out here in just regular life, right? Understand that there are going to be people who don't like what you're saying and people who do like what you're saying. There's going to be people who are about what you're about and who are not about what you're about. So it's not saying that something crazy necessarily will happen as far as it going to the extreme of you losing your life. Well, what I'm saying is that there are situations where, whatever you're talking about, being about, or how you're being, right? There's going to be people who fuck with it and people who don't. So that's why you got to make sure that you are really, really about what you're about and not, being a fraud out here, because this is the problem. If you're being a fraud or you're being fake, right? You're still going to get some energy coming from that. So now you might get some energy you don't like. You understand? And then the problem is that you're going to be like, why is this happening to me? But it's happening to you because you're being fake and you're getting whatever that fakeness, you know what I'm saying, that fake energy comes with. Now, if you're being real, you're still going to get certain things happening based on that real energy you're putting out. But at least what you're getting is basically what you asked for because you're actually being who you are. And this is just what it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. All righty, Fosa. Well, I appreciate the call, my brother. I'm out let you, man. Peace. All right. So I seen a few people call. I seen 901 and then I seen 401. So you guys can call back if you want to call in. Calling number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? So where was we at? In the joints? So guys, call back if you want to call back. All right, where was we at with these questions? Okay, where was we at with the questions? All right, so this says, okay, let me answer this real quick. 737, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, what up? This is Ricardo, 46 Austin, St. Ricardo in the chat. What's good, people?
What's going on? Did you donate, though?
Yeah, that's why I'm calling. I'm at work. I can't actually talk or do anything, but I sent in a 20 at Venmo.
All right, that's what's up.
So whatever you want to do with that, 2 free calls, 4 free calls, whatever you're feeling, but I appreciate you, and I'm just going to listen and learn.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the call, brother. All right, that's what's up, man. All right, so we got 4 free calls, people, 4 free calls. Let's go to 901. 901, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Locario? It's me, Vic Daddy. I tried calling 2 times, but he also took it, so there's no more free calls?
No, there's free calls right now. Go ahead. What's your question?
Oh, yes. So check this out. So yesterday, I had a car date. And inside the car date, we was talking about when we're going to be fucking next. And we set up the time and the date at the hotel for this Saturday. But why is she now telling me that we have to at least, go out first because, she feels uncomfortable going straight to the hotel. But we just had a car date because I wanted to, at least build that comfortability first.
Right. So y'all was in a car and then y'all set up a time for y'all to get together to hook up for the next time,
yes.
right?
Yes, and we was making out too.
Okay. And then when is it supposed to happen again?
It's supposed to happen this Saturday at 7:30 p.
Okay. And then she just hit you up just now?
Yeah, she just hit me like 2 hours ago saying that, hey, I'm still down, but can we at least do something beforehand? Now, she didn't go into specifics. She just wants us to do something. So I guess I got to pick something to do before the hotel.
Oh,
and
no.
I ain't about that.
No. So so tell her this. Listen.
Yes, sir.
Just basically say, hey, we're going to go to the hotel and keep the plans how they are. And if things go smooth, we'll do something else after that. You understand what I'm saying? So just tell her whatever you're thinking, we'll do that after the fact. You understand what I'm saying? So we're going to stick to this and we're going to do whatever we need to do after the fact, right? Now, what can happen is that she's going to be like, oh, but this and but that, whatever. And then you say, well, listen, whenever you're ready to do this, hit me up. So you got to stay on the sex. You understand?
Got you.
Now, understand.
So I can't put my foot up the gas pedal?
Say that again?
Or don't put my foot off the gas pedal, basically.
Yeah. But also understand the fact that she's saying this means that she doesn't have high interest.
She has medium interest. Right. She has medium interest.
Exactly. So now you can still make it happen. I just want you to understand that. So what I'm saying is don't be surprised when there's other pushback to the situation. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you. Hey, I appreciate the advice. And next time I call in, I'm gonna donate.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
And I know Mouse. So I know Mouse is now there. So let me go ahead and say it just for the record. Victor, 26, Connecticut, Hartford.
All right, that's what's up. All right, brother.
All right, dog. I'm outside. All right, dog. Peace out.
Man. Peace out, man. Take care. All right. So let's go to 951. 951. What's popping? Are you sending a donation or are you taking a free call?
No, I'm gonna use a free call. What's
All
up?
right.
This is Jay from SoCal.
What's going on? What's going on with your man?
Hey, what's up, Locario? I appreciate the game, man. You don't even know. I've been listening to you for years. Just so much game. I had a question. Have you ever had when you go out, people trying to like try you?
No.
I'm saying like you're just supposed to do your thing. You're out there, scoping out the scene and shit. And motherfuckers just like, you could tell that they're bumping into you like on purpose. Like their emotions are getting to them, or you're triggering like something in them to try to try you.
I've never had that happen, not even one time. Like, I don't. So what do you just be out at a place and motherfuckers is just shoving into you? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like you catch it, It's a little thing, but they, like what? Twice it happened on the same night.
So what happened? So what happened?
What was that?
What happened?
Oh, I was just slacked out, maxed out, posted up, chilling, just on the solo. I don't know if that was it, because I'm out fucking out there, solo, doing the solo,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is what happened though? Like what happened when he was trying you?
Like they just give you a little bump, like, what I'm saying?
So wait, so you were in a public place where other people were at, walking past you, and somebody bumped you by mistake, and you thought they trying to try you?
No, at a club, like. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
so there's people in the club, it's crowded, so when people walk past, they'll bump you, right?
No, but I know the difference though. I mean, you would know the difference. I make the, I'm not, I know the difference where it's just, so like I'm talking like there's space, there's a lot of space and a motherfucker's trying to like, bump you.
Okay, so now let me ask you this, right? Because remember, there has to be motive behind why people do what they do, right? So now what would be their motive to bump you specifically?
No, that's why I'm asking. Have you ever had that? Because it happened twice in a row. Like.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
I don't know the motive.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm saying is that because there's no motive, right? Then what happens is most likely they bumped into you by mistake, and you interpret it as they're trying to try you. Or exactly, Linwood, they could have been drunk, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, so basically what I'm saying is this, right? If you're in a situation, right? And you said it happened twice in one night, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's most likely you're just in a spot where people are passing through and they bumped you by mistake, or they were drunk, or it was crowded or whatever. That happens all the time in those types of spaces. You see what I'm saying?
Nah. But I you gotta. Nah, come on, Locario. I'm 35.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, so
I know the difference. I know the difference where it's on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Give me the reason.
I want you to trust that. I want you to trust my judgment.
Caller. That's what I'm asking. Give me the reason.
Yeah, I don't know the reason.
So then that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, you don't even know the reason. These people don't know you. So you trying to tell me a motherfucker got dressed up, went to the club, and was like, that guy right there, I've been waiting all day to bump into him. That's what you're saying?
No. I'm saying that maybe something triggered them being drunk or something, some envy or being envious triggered them to come at me.
Okay, so let's go with that. What are they envious about with you?
I don't know that I'm out on, I'm shit, the fucking chicks fucking giving me, I'm getting a lot of fucking chicks looking at me, you know what I'm saying?
So wait, you're the only guy in the club women are looking at?
No.
So you didn't see any guy bump any other guy in the club. It was just you.
You're right on that. You're right on that.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you guys come up with these stories in your mind, and then you make these connections that aren't there. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you're in a particular, like, it's not like you said, hey, I was, freaking, in my house and dudes just barged in and just started taking everything and pushing me out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for a random person or random people, like you said, twice in a night, to be coming up to you, bumping into you on purpose. That's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm saying is that what you're talking about, does it actually make sense? You understand what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so what I'm saying is,
I see the way you see it. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but come on, there's like, I know what you're saying, Locario.
Yo, why do you guys,
I get you.
why
I
do you
get you.
guys
I
want to
get
be
you.
so
Don't let it get
special?
you. But come on,
What-
these are like bumps, like what's up? Like, you
Okay,
know,
so
trying to
what? So
test
what?
you, like,
So what
I
happened?
know it's
Okay,
not in
now,
my
so
head.
what happened after they bumped you?
Nothing. I let him. I was like, okay. I don't know what his deal, but it was twice the same type of energy, the same type of like I know I'm not tripping. Like, I know it's not in my head, and I know what
Caller,
you're saying.
it's in your
I know
head.
what you're saying.
It's in your head, Caller. I'm sorry, it's in your head. It's in your head. Listen.
Right.
I hate to tell you this.
I got you.
It's in your head because, okay, let me ask you this. How often does this happen?
It just happened because I just started, going out and shit.
No, but I'm saying it only happened these 2 times in that one night.
Yeah, but it's been a while since I went out. I've been focused on my business, and I just rolled out, did that solo. Got all slacked out, maxed out.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that if this happened twice out of all the times you've probably went out, then isn't it safe to say that this isn't something that's happening all the time and actually something that's anything that's real?
Yeah, but also it could be
like why all of a sudden now and not before? How come all of a sudden all the other times you went out this didn't happen and now it started happening?
Because within the last 5 years, since I've been focused, on not really going out. I'm 35, so I've been really getting on my shit. The one time I go out, slacked out, knocked out, feeling good, maybe I'm up on some shit that I don't even know. Maybe I'm on another level. I'm going out by myself.
Y'all guys, I swear. Yeah, this is why.
Nah. That's my masculine identity right there, though.
Caller, stop.
How you gonna knock me down for feeling good and going out feeling good?
Stop, caller. All right, man. Well, listen, I got some more people calling in, man. I appreciate the call, brother. All right, so guys, call in. 844-672-7300. I swear, you guys be coming up with these fantasies in your head. It's ridiculous. Like, y'all motherfuckers are ridiculous. You'll be like, man, I stepped outside and 3 aliens came and abducted me and they studied my mind. Does that ever happen to you, Locario? How do you deal with alien abductions? Like, what are we talking about? 832 is popping. Who this?
This is Jay. I had donated another 5, Locario.
All right, that's what's up. Appreciate it. So what's going on?
Chilling. This time I'm gonna ask a question. This time I'm gonna ask a question, man. I got you, baby girl. So the question is, and it's no knock to the guys that call in for free calls, but I want to hear your perspective, how you view the free shit, you know what I'm saying, in life, you know what I'm saying? So what do you think is your thoughts when it comes to like the pros and cons of giving out free shit? Like you said, guys call in, give out free calls for callers, or me have my business giving out free donuts on certain days. Like, what's your thoughts on pros and cons when it comes to giving out free shit to the public?
No, well, the thing is that there's nothing wrong with getting things for free, right? But when you ask for something for free, that's the problem. You understand what I'm saying? So asking for something for free, right, undermines your value. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is there has to be a value exchange. So if you're saying, can I get something for free? What you're essentially saying is, I have nothing of value to give. You see what I'm saying? So that's what really the problem is. So a lot of it, when we teach you guys, we're teaching you to think deeper than the surface, right? So you guys are like, oh, let me just get a free call so I don't have to, pay any money. What I'm saying is that when you have that mindset, what you're essentially telling yourself is that you have nothing of value to give in order to get something of value. So that's the mindset you're coming from, because then that's going to extend in other areas of your life. You're going to expect to get things without having to give things. You're going to expect to get a result without having to put in work to get the result. You see what I'm saying? That's the issue. So for example, a lot of times a person might not even take something seriously unless they invested in it. Because when you invest in it, then you knew you had to put something in to get what you got. So now if you put something in, you're going to take what you got seriously, versus if it's free, you're not going to really take it seriously because you didn't have to invest in it. You didn't have to give something to get it. Does that make sense?
Now, that make a whole lot of sense because, from the little business that I do, anytime I kind of like try to like cater more or give a little more for free, then I realize that I get more of like, you know, the resistance. I get more of the attitude. I get more of them feeling like, oh, well, you did the last time, do it again. I'm like, no, that was a one-time thing. But in my mind, because I'm giving out.
No, there's nothing wrong with giving for free. So what I'm saying is the detriment is trying to get for free. So you can give for free as much as you want. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that when somebody is trying to get for free, or when you're trying to get for free is the issue. You understand what I'm saying?
For sure.
So that's the issue, because what happens is that when you're giving for free, right? What you're saying is that the value that I'm giving is already, I have an abundance of value to give. That's why I'm giving it for free. Right. But
Absolutely.
If the person on the other end is trying to get for free, what they're saying is that I don't have enough value to give back to you. That's why I'm trying to get for free. You see what I'm saying? And that's the right. And that's where the problem is. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. I see 401 been trying to call up. Call it back, 401. You've been trying to call up for a minute. Call back 401. And if you guys have questions, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your questions. You feel what I'm saying? So hold on. Let me see where was he at with the questions. So it says, if you're a game king who taught you the deep secrets of the game, also, what's your opinion on David Icke? I don't know nothing about no David Icke. But you saying who taught me the game? So I had a lot of teachers that taught me the game, a lot of OGs that taught me the game, but also I taught myself through putting myself out there and experiencing. So when you experience, you're going to learn a lot about the game through the experiences you're having. You see what I'm saying? And True Prodigy, you can call in if you call in and we address that shit you said. And so if you're not trying to address that shit you said, don't call in. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to answer that question we talked about the last time. You feel what I mean? And if not, then don't bother. So this says, where do you think the way men grow up learning how to treat women comes from when it's actually counterproductive? Well, the thing is that most guys have been conditioned to, put women on a pedestal, right? Because this is the thing. Treating women well actually means focusing on yourself. People don't understand that. So you can't actually treat a woman well unless you're focusing on yourself. Because in order for a woman to be treated well, in order for her to, be in that feminine energy, you have to be in your masculine energy, right? You have to be, going about your way. You have to be going in the direction that you're going in and bringing her along, right? So the problem is that a lot of the advice that's out there, it teaches guys to, put women on a pedestal, simp, trick, be the super nice guy, all these other things. And it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the woman. It doesn't help you. You see what I'm saying? So you got to really understand this game and how things really go. So Hamza said, nothing is happening in my life right now, but I had past experiences with insecure dudes who would try to fight over nothing but rights. I'm emerged in my life, but I'm just asking in case something happens. Yeah, just so all you got to do is stay focused on yourself and stay away from all those extra, situations that could lead itself to that type of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So it's okay to stay away. You understand, from the BS. It says, recently made a mistake while so drunk, slept with a married friend. I don't know how to proceed further. You got to call up, Biggie Smalls. You got to call up. We need some details. You say yesterday you said women can sleep with you with an agenda to be wifey. So can women consistently cooperate and not be sexually attracted to you? No, because at some point it's gonna show that she's not actually sexually attracted to you. So that's the point of vetting and being consistent. You see what I'm saying? Because it's only so long that a woman can pretend. You see what I'm saying? And that's the point of vetting for that 12 to 18 months. So a woman who is not sexually attracted to you is not going to be able to fake it for 12 to 18 months. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. Right?
So what's going to happen is that the real her is going to come out, and then you're going to see like, oh, this bitch, she lying. She ain't really about this. You understand what I'm saying? It's going to come out. Right. And so if you're actually because this is the thing, understand that a woman going through the vetting process is not an easy process for her to go through. And the only way she can successfully go through it is that she actually has to desire you. She has to have high sexual desire for you, and she has to see you as that guy. That's the only way she's going to be able to get through that shit. Because what happens is that she has to say whatever his plan is more important than any agenda that I could have on my own. Meaning that he, the guy, the man, is the point. Like, I want him. You understand? And however he will have me, I will be that because I want him that bad. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that if she don't want you that bad, it's going to show through her actions when you're vetting her. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I tell you guys to go to shoplocario.com, get master the vetting process. Because I'm telling you, this right here, it'll show it. It's like, it's so beautiful how this shit works. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So let me see where we at with these questions. So it says, what's a general good rule of thumb to flirt effectively? Well, first I would say definitely get up on the Bad Boy membership because you can get the 5 advanced ways to build sexual tension. I go into some flirting joints on there, and I have another program called The Art of Flirting that you guys can get on the Bad Boy membership. But I'll say this is, a general good rule of thumb to flirt effectively is you actually have to really, and follow what I'm saying here. You got to actually really be sexually interested in the woman so that what you say actually hits. You understand what I'm saying? So meaning you can't just say words. There has to be substance behind your words. You understand? And the substance behind your words have to be real. So for example, like, let's say even you're talking to a girl that you might even think, like, on the mythical scale of 1 to 10, you might think she's like a 6, right? But for whatever reason, you're just highly sexually attracted to her. And let's say she got a fat ass or whatever. So now when you're flirting with her, that sexual energy you feel towards her comes out through your words. So what some guys try to do is they see a girl, they think she's hot, they think she's cute, but they'll just say things, and they'll say things that they might have heard me say or Steve say or Kay Zagan or Miles or 1950. And then you try to just like mimic what we're talking about. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that to flirt effectively, right, it has to be from a real place. It's just like, for example, when you guys watch movies, right? And you see a movie and you're like, this motherfucker cannot act. Like, this acting is horrible, right? And a lot of times the acting is horrible because the actor isn't really immersed in the character, right? But when you see a really good movie where the acting is amazing, you're like, damn, I done forgot I was watching freaking, this Denzel or Morgan Freeman or whoever, right? Because they're so immersed in the character that you're so caught up in the story based on them being that character, right? They believe everything they're saying. It's the same thing with flirting. When you flirt with women, right, she has to believe what you're saying. And see, also, what happens is this too, is that the tighter your game is and the more attractive you are, right, the more believable the flirting has to be. Why is that? Because when you're dealing with a woman and she sees you as really attractive, right, sometimes she may not believe what you're saying, because since she thinks you're so attractive, she will think that you can get better than her. Okay, let's go over your head. What I'm saying is that her insecurity
will make her not believe what you're saying, which is why it's that much more important for you to be saying the things you actually believe. Do you understand? Because it has to hit her for real. So a lot of times what happens is when a guy's just talking shit or he just saying some shit he heard somebody else say, it's not real. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to K Zag. He said Samuel Jackson and Django, he made me believe his character. I hate a dude in the movie. Exactly, that's a fact. I'm telling you. And what I'm saying is that your flirting has to be so authentic. Because unfortunately what happens is sometimes you could be, you're sexually attracted to this woman. You're flirting with her. She doesn't even believe what the fuck you're saying because she thinks that she's not as fly or sexy as the women you would usually talk to. Right? And then so this is why you have to be so much more believable in what you're saying in order for it to hit. You understand? Because she's attracted to you too, and she wants things to go down. But part of her in the back of her mind doesn't believe you because she doesn't believe she's that attractive to be with a guy like you. You see what I'm saying? So if you're sitting there faking and being on some bullshit, then it's not really going to hit. But let me see what some of these other questions are saying. And if you guys want to call in number is 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300 is the number. So this says, how do you have infinite patience to answer such questions on levels of stupidity unheard of? So are you superhuman and haven't told us yet? No. Well, this is the thing. You know, people are at, different levels of understanding. Now, sometimes motherfuckers be trolling. I understand. But hey, you never know. That's why, I try to take the question seriously, even if it sounds ridiculous. You said, you don't believe I'm him. That's why you say change your name because you have no game. Do you think I'm delusional because I know I'm him? See, Timothy, let me tell you why I know you ain't him. Because we've told you plenty of times to call up and have a conversation. But you're not calling up to have a conversation because you don't want to expose yourself. That's why. You see what I'm saying? Because if you were him, you'd believe in yourself to call up and have that conversation. You see what I'm saying? This says, if women ignore you on social media, is it possible that those same women would be open to talking to you in person if you approach them? Yes, because sometimes what happens is on social media, the woman might not even see your shit. You understand what I'm saying? She might not even see your shit. And on top of that, what you got to understand is that, if you meet a woman outside, at a bar, club, in the street, whatever it is like that, you have more to work with, right? Because remember, social media, a lot of times women will converse with, people they know, people they're familiar with. So now you're a random dude who's hitting up her inbox, right? And sometimes she won't even look at it, but also in other times she may look at it and then you might say some regular shit. She's like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I'm saying? And then she might not respond. But if you're in person, sometimes you have more to work with, so she might respond to you easier. You see what I'm saying? You said, so you're saying watching your videos on YouTube is pointless when it comes to smashing women? No, what I'm saying is that when you're watching the YouTube videos, you're getting a crumb. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'll give you a perfect example, right? Let's say I do a video, right? Let's say I do a video. And the video is titled, 5 places to meet beautiful women, right? So I say, hey, you can meet beautiful women at the bars. You could meet beautiful women at the nightclubs. You can meet beautiful women at the park. You could meet beautiful women,
in the supermarket, and you can meet beautiful women, on the train or whatever it is like that, right? So now you watch the video, you're like, oh, okay, cool. I'm learning these places where I can meet the beautiful women. Now you're gonna say, okay, Locario, what do I say? Go to the Bad Boy membership. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Locario, I seen this beautiful woman on the train and I spoke to her. I didn't know how to keep the conversation going. What do I do? Get on the Bad Boy membership. Get coaching. You see what I'm saying? So it's not pointless to watch the videos. What I'm saying is that it's pointless to try to think that you're going to get all this game for free. That's it. Crazy. So this says, if you are a young guy in college, hold on, let me this question. All right, let's go to 661. 661. What's popping? Who this?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on? Are you taking a free call or are you taking a free call?
I donated to Miles.
Donated to Miles? All right. So what's going on?
I was just gonna say.
Wait, hold on. Your phone is a beast. Are you speaking directly into it, or like take off the Bluetooth? Speak directly into the phone.
Okay, my bad.
All right.
I had to put on speaker. Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick, like of course you and Miles is right about approaching women like 25 women a day, but I was just approaching women earlier at college, and I was just like, didn't really give a fuck, and I was just noticing how simple that shit is, and I'm like, why the fuck did I make this shit so complicated? Like sometimes I wasn't hitting the numbers, and I see why y'all say it, because it is about you. It was a first few of them gave me some rude and reactions, and I was just like, I didn't even care, and I was just like, bro, and I was just doing me, and I'm like, I see exactly what they say. So I just really wanted to say that because I feel like I see everything y'all say is correct, and that's why I follow everything y'all say 100%.
Listen. This is what happens when you guys get your ass out there in the street and start talking. You know what I'm saying? So see, that's what I'm saying. Like you'll see the actual real shit once you put yourself out there. But a lot of guys, they just stay on the internet and they don't want to actually go and do anything for real. So they never see or understand what we're talking about. That's why we tell you guys to actually go out there and do the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And you will realize, like, bruh, the internet, like I have so many options. Like if these women cancel on me, I can literally go outside and talk to any woman that I want, and I can get what I want.
Exactly. That's what's up, man. Well, listen, I'm glad you out here doing it, man. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. But no, that's what it is, man. I'm telling y'all, you guys got to just go out there and do it. A lot of the stuff that you hear us say will click once you're out there actually, making shit happen. You feel what I'm saying? So this says, if you are a young guy in college, what are some practical ways for you to improve your game if you don't meet that many women and you don't have a great social life? Well, listen, just like what the caller just said, why are you not meeting that many women? Go outside and you'll meet more women. You know what I'm saying? If you want a great social life, go outside, meet women, meet people, and you have a great social life. See, guys, you don't understand. You're the one in your way. That's it. Nobody's stopping you from going out. Nobody's stopping you from meeting people. Nobody's stopping you from having conversations and interacting with these people. You see what I'm saying? You got to go out there and do the thing. You see what I mean? That's it. You got to go do the shit. Do it. You feel what I'm saying? Do that shit. So you gotta understand. Says, is there a way to flirt with women without physically complimenting her? Absolutely. Hell yeah. So the thing is that, see, also too, complimenting is not flirting. Flirting, so you can compliment within flirting, but complimenting within itself is not flirting. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I just say to a girl, hey, that's a nice dress, and she says, oh, thank you, that's not flirting. You see what I'm saying? So when you flirt, you're adding the compliment within the flirting. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to 913. 913, what's popping? Who this?
Locario, it's Gnarly Chaplin. How you doing?
What's going on? What's popping with you, man? Did you donate?
No, I'm taking the free call.
All right, you got the last free calls. What's going on with you, man?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm going to keep this one simple. I'm just going to ask you how going through this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's ups and downs, in my opinion, hurdles. I see you, you seem like you're doing really well for yourself, obviously, being the teacher figure, but I'm sure you've had ups and downs as well. And I just wanted to know, like, how do you get out of feeling very defeated? Because it just seems like I want to do it your way. And the reason why I'm saying this is I ended up simping to get laid because after like a few months, I just wasn't getting anything. And it's a small thing because all I did was go over to the girl's place instead of her coming to my place.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted her to come to my place. And I'm trying to get to a place where I'm just like, I want to be able to get more, but be able to get more on my terms. And it's just.
So wait, so what happened? So you wanted the girl to come to your place, and then she said, no, come to my place. You went to her place?
Yeah, she said we'll have dinner at my place and I'll have some wine and stuff like that. And we can, get cozy and I can get to know you a little bit more. And then I might be open to doing that. And I was like, nah, I know if I give into this, then she's going to cause either problems down the road or she might not go ahead and give me what I want.
So this already happened. So you went to her place and you hooked up?
Yes. So I was like, I didn't need to make the decision of letting her know that I wanted to come to mine and shining on it, or I need to go over there. So I said initially, I was like, hey, look, I totally get it, but there's going to be tomorrow morning's going to be pretty busy for me. How about we go ahead and reschedule for another day? And then we can do that. And I was like, and she's like, just sent me like a picture of her like completely naked and shit. And she's like, come over. And I was like, fuck, like she's ready to go. So I was like, you know what? This is like easy. Like I'm only going to get in my own way if I don't take advantage of this. So that's kind of, I felt defeated in the sense where I was like, okay, I just told myself I'm not going to go over there, but I ended up going over there. You know what I mean? I want to be able to do it completely 100% on my terms. But I just
So did you in the conversation tell her to come to your place?
Yes.
And what did she say?
So she said, I want to get to know you a little bit more. Otherwise, I just think you want to fuck.
Okay. And then that's when she sent the picture and then said, come over.
And then like a couple hours later, I was like, all right, cool. Well, maybe we can reschedule. And then, I shined on it. And then she sent me like the picture.
Oh, and then she says, come over, and you came over.
Yeah. Like a couple hours later. Yeah. She's like, come over. Like, I'm really horny.
Okay. All right. So now let me ask you a question. If a person, right, wanted to lose weight, what would they need to do?
Well, obviously get on a calorie deficit and watch their macros and make sure they work out like an animal.
Right. Exactly. So now if somebody offered them cheesecake, should they take it?
I mean, if you want the results fast enough, then no.
Right. So what I'm saying is that even though they may want the cheesecake, what they do is they say, you know what? By me eating this cheesecake, it's fucking up the progress I'm trying to make to get to this sort of body. You understand what I'm saying? So what they do is, even though they were tempted to do it, they decline. And by declining, the result is them getting the body. Yes.
And I understand that.
Right. So it's the same concept. You see, you're like, I want to get shit on my terms, but then now I'm going to do it on her terms. You see what I'm saying? You can't. So what I'm saying is you can't get shit on your terms with women if you keep eating the cheesecake. That's
what I'm like, but like I said, I didn't eat any cheesecakes for the last 3 months.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to go 6 months, 9 months, a year. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So what I'm saying is that so the thing is you folded. So as soon as you fold, it's over. So what I'm saying is this. See, you're looking at it as the individual woman. You're like, damn, this girl, she's offering me some pussy, but she's telling me I got to do this to get the pussy, right? What I'm saying to you is that you have to say, I only deal with pussy or giving women my dick on my terms, period. So if it's not happening that way, then fuck if it's 3 months, I'll wait 6 months. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, in order for you to be the guy that women actually want to do it your way, you have to become the guy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just like you have to become the person who can say no to the cheesecake so they can work out and get that body, and then they eventually get that body because of what they did throughout the entire situation to make it happen. You have to also be that guy in order to tell women no, right? In order to get yes your way. Because you're never going to get yes your way by always going on the other side trying to do it the woman's way. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to train yourself, right, to be able to turn it down even if you're tempted to do it. You see
So let me get this straight. As a dating coach, you're saying if you have to do shit on your terms, go 6 months, however long you can without having sex. But so don't have any sex.
No.
Right?
What I'm saying is that you can have sex. What I'm saying is if you choose to have sex on her terms, right?
Right.
Don't expect to have it on your terms. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you can't have it both ways. You have to choose. Do you see what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is that you can't be like, oh, well, sometimes I do it on my terms and some, no. It has to be a choice, because what I'm trying to tell you is that when you become the guy who does it on his terms, right? Then what's going to happen is that you're going to attract more women who will do it on your terms. The reason why women don't do it on your terms, the reason why that woman even tried you is because she can tell you're the type of guy who's not going to say no. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that women will test guys like that because they're like, oh, he seems flexible. And you know why she can tell that you're flexible? It's because you have that mindset, and everything you're doing, everything you're saying tells her that story. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is you can't. So basically what I'm trying to get you to understand is this, right? Is that you cannot want things on your terms, right? And then be able to fold. Because what happens is that once you fold, then you're flexible. Once you're flexible, women can tell. You understand what I'm saying? Which is why they try you. Because think about it this way, right? Think about it this way. In any situation, I always tell you guys this, in any situation, somebody has to submit, right? So in this situation, you submitted to her. You see what I'm saying? And what happens is that she knew that you would submit to her because of how you come at her. You understand what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is that how you come at her indicates to her how she can come at you. So a woman knows when I talk to a guy, either I have to follow him or I can get him to follow me. She realized she can get you to follow her. Now, what happened is also, you got to understand this, is that she wasn't highly sexually attracted to you, because if she was, she would have just did what you said. Because if a woman is highly sexually attracted to a man and she doesn't do what he says, there's a chance that you could say, fuck it, I'm not fucking with you. And they know this. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is this, right? Like I always tell this story. This dude I knew, well, there's a guy I knew who told me about this one of his boys used to always do this. He would hook up with these girls and he would take his phone out and film them, like giving them head and doing whatever. And so he asked a few of the women, hey, when we first met, why were you cool with me filming? And all of them said something similar. They basically said, well, it's because I really like you. And if we didn't do it, I thought you wouldn't talk to me again. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is part of the reason why women do shit on your terms is because they want to be with you because they're highly interested in you. That's why they say, I'm not going to try him and try to get him to do it my way. Because if I try him and get him to do it my way, he might say, fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want that. So if they're going to risk it, that means that they're not highly sexually attracted to you. And part of why they risk it is because they know it's safe to risk it. Because they're like, yeah, this guy's okay. If I send him a picture, or if I say this, he'll probably come over. You see what I'm saying? That comes off in your interactions with the women. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. See, I thought for the longest time they thought like us, where it's like, oh, the hotter the guy, especially online, the less they're going to fuck, go ahead and play with you. So that's kind of what made me feel like, whatever, going back to the fucking looks thing.
Wait,
hold
on. You said that you thought that what? That you thought they thought what?
So I am under the impression that for guys like me, as you said, like a dichotomy of women, right? The guys like me, quote unquote, as the black pill says, sub 5s, they give that sort of behavior to. And like the guys that look like, I don't know, freaking Brad Pitt or whatever, deep, guys that look like that, the special treatment of like, okay, I'm ready to come over.
No. See, no. You have the idea right, but you have the wrong thought about it, right? So what you're saying is correct. How you're saying it is wrong. So women are going to follow the guy who they feel is the most attractive. When I say most attractive, I'm not talking about your looks. That's the part you don't get. So what I'm telling you is that the women go with the guy, they follow his lead when he's the most attractive guy. And what I'm telling you is attraction, when it comes to a woman actually wanting to fuck you, is about sexual attraction. And sexual attraction is a combination of your looks, appearance, and behavior. Keyword behavior. So what happens is, even if a woman sees you and she thinks you're physically attractive, she might think you're the most handsome guy ever. Your behavior could cancel shit out, because now your behavior is going to show her that you're not that guy. So what I'm saying is that the way that women, when it comes to attraction, works is not just based on what they see, it's how they feel. And your behavior can dictate and influence how the woman feels. So what I'm saying is the way you move, right? That's what's going to put her that's what's going to put you in a particular category. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you could be the tall, handsome Chad, but the 5'9" dude is going to be more attractive because his behavior is of a guy who believes in himself. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. It's a mindset. The mindset is the thing that gets the girl to see, okay, this is the guy I could play games with, and this is the guy I can't play games with. You see what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Well, not sure how they're able to sense all that online, but I guess.
Oh no, you said you don't know how they can sense it online.
Well, yeah, it's just some pictures.
Okay, what's your show me your bio. Read me your bio right now.
Okay. Give me just a second.
I want to hear your bio, and I would love to see your pictures too, but we can't see your pictures now. But let me hear your bio.
I sent you the pictures on Instagram a while ago, but I provide a safe space for you to be free, express yourself authentically, and explore things you can only dream about. I'm selective as to who I allow into my life, but if I choose you, experiencing me will 100% change your life for the better, even if it's for a short-term situation.
Okay, so that's what you see what I'm saying? So now let me tell you something. That's actually a good bio. It's not a bad bio. But what I'm gonna tell you what's bad about it. What's bad is that is not a bio that creates sexual interest. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So basically, you sound like a very good boyfriend. Like you sound like you want to court her. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that's my point. So what I'm saying is from the jump, she's already like, oh, he's the type of guy. You look what you said, a safe space. You see what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff sounds very, very nice. Like you sound like somebody she would take home to meet her mom and her dad. That's what I'm trying to say. And so what I'm saying is, once you're coming off like that from the beginning, that's the idea of who she's gonna have in her mind when she's dealing with you. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is a guy who's more sexually attractive and sexually appealing, right? They have a certain way they do things, a certain look they have in their pictures, a certain way they talk in their bio, and a certain way they send the messages. And then there's a certain way they act on the actual interaction when they're dealing with the woman. So all of it is congruent. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is that your whole presentation from the jump gives them an idea of what type of guy you might be. So the same woman you match with, that same woman is matching with another guy where his bio and his pictures makes her see him as a fuckboy. but then she sees you as the nice guy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But this is why I tell you guys, go to shoplocario.com, get that online dating consultation with myself and April, because we'll teach you how to create your profile so that women see you as the guy they want to fuck, not the guy they want to just date and take home to mom. You see what I'm saying? And that's the one you got right now is you got the super, super nice guy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm saying, where your bio is going to give a lot of information that gives a woman an idea of who she thinks you are. And then your actions are going to show, because check this out. Your actions made her understand that she was right about your bio, meaning she was right to assume what she assumed about you. You see what I'm saying? Because your actions followed that. You did give her a safe space. You know, you made her feel real comfortable. And now she's like, yeah, I don't have to leave my house for this guy. He can definitely just come over, and I don't got to do anything. I don't got to put in any work. You know what I mean? This is so comfortable. I feel so safe, and I feel so like free to just, chill and relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're right. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works.
I feel that.
All right.
All right. Well, this was a very productive call. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. So guys, call up. Caller number is 844-672-7300, 844-672-7300. And this is why, guys, you got to definitely go to shoplocario.com so that you can get your online dating consultation with myself in April, because I'm telling you, if you get this online dating consultation, right, what we're going to do is we're going to work on your pictures. We're going to work on your bio in the call, and we're going to work on the exact messages you need to send. And we're going to send you all that information in the email. So all you got to do is copy and paste the bio into your dating profile. All you got to do is copy and paste the fucking messages when you match with a girl. And then all you got to do is you're going to have to rework your pictures, but we tell you exactly what type of pictures to take, how many pictures to take, what you need to do with the pictures. We tell you all that shit. So all you're really doing on this online dating consultation with us is you're getting the information, and then you fucking copy and paste the shit. You see what I'm saying? It's really, really simple. And what happens is that this is how easy it is to get the woman offline, because what we're doing is that we're creating a profile that is actually you based on what you actually want, right? So we have guys, for example, who just want to hook up, or mostly want to hook up. So we create the bio based on what he really wants when it comes to hooking up, and we get the type of pictures that he needs, and we curate this type of messages he needs to send to actually get the girl to come see him. We have other guys who are like, oh, I want a girlfriend, I want to go on dates, I want to do all that. So we create the bios for that, the pictures and the messages. You see what I'm saying? This is why we tell you guys to get up on this online dating consultation so we can break this down so that you guys can actually make this shit happen. You feel what I'm saying? And so exactly, cuffing season is upon us. So make sure that you get that shit cracking. Make sure that you do it. So do not sleep. All right, let me see what some more of these questions are saying. Where was we at with the questions? Where was we at? So what's the best way to improve your listening ability to be able to respond effectively, pushing your agenda? Well, this is the thing. One of the things you need to do is first figure out what your agenda is, so that you are paying attention to what you need to be listening for. So what I mean by that is this. So what a lot of you guys do is that you're trying to listen to what a woman is saying in order to try to accommodate that or accommodate her. What I'm telling you is that you need to have a certain program and an agenda so that when you're having these conversations and flirting, you are listening and paying attention to her response based on what you created in the situation, right? And so based on that, that's going to let you know whether or not that woman is worth dealing with. You see what I'm saying?
And what you're going to notice is if you go on enough dates or interact with enough women, you're going to see similar responses. And that's the response you're looking for, right? So, for example, let's say if I go on a date with like 5 or 6 different women, right? And I might talk about something and start flirting with her, right? With each of these women. Now, what I'm looking for is the woman, for example, to start blushing and like, get closer to me as I'm getting closer to her, right? So when I go on each of those dates, I'm seeing if all 5 of those women are going to do similar things. Now, let's say 4 of them do it and then the 5th one doesn't. Let's say the 5th one does the opposite. Like she's, not engaging and she's not coming closer to me. So now I know she ain't the one I should be fucking with. The other 4 I'm gonna fuck with. This one I'm not gonna fuck with. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So this says, do you have a funny story or take regarding your experience with women and drugs? Could be weed or whatever. I mean, I've had situations where I hooked up with women who did a little too much drinking and smoking. But I'll have to get into that another time because I might need to clean up the story for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Crazy. All right, let me see. It says, in accord to your views, do you think a woman's value is only relative to you, or do you see value in certain women prior to choosing to put your bid in? No, it's only relative to you. Like, they're valuable because they're human beings, right? What I'm saying is that they're not going to be valuable to you unless it's in, relation to you. You understand? Because then that's you experiencing the situation, which is going to let you know or let you see whether or not it's, a valuable situation to you. Let me see what other questions we got. It says, can the understanding of game cause you to see life from an optimistic side and a pessimistic side? Meaning I could go approach her and having a good time, but she seemed like she might be trash though. That's actually a good question. So here's the thing. So a lot of times what happens is this, right? Is that it's not that you necessarily see it as optimistic or pessimistic, per se. It's more so that you can see things from a lot of different angles, right? And then so when you see things from like a lot of different angles and perspectives, then what happens is that you go from a place of being judgmental to just go into a place of saying, hey, this just isn't for me or this is for me, right? And so you learn, the more you learn about yourself, the more you're going to learn about what you like and don't like, right? And some of the things that you don't like, you're going to see, right? But it's not about you being pessimistic about it. It's just you understanding, hey, this just ain't for me, right? And then there'll be certain things that you don't prefer. And instead of it pissing you off, right, you're just like, hey, this ain't for me. So, for example, when your game isn't tight and a woman flakes, it might piss you off. When your game is tight and a woman flakes, you say, well, this ain't for me. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that your perspective kind of changes, because when you were pissed off that she flaked, a lot of times you were pissed off because you might have looked at her response to you as indication of your value, or you might have you were probably sort of expecting her dealing with you to make your life better and so forth and so on. But when your game is tight and you realize the game ain't about women, then what happens is when she flakes, right, you're like, it's all good. Why? Because you're like, these things are going to happen. And also you're not looking for validation from the woman. You're not looking at her actions and attaching it to who you are and what you're about. You feel what I'm saying? So it's almost, you can't even find a reason to be mad or frustrated or look at it as negative. You just look at it as like, hey, this ain't for me. Because if it was for me, she would have just showed up. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. Let me see what other questions we got. So it says, would you and April like to take my couples massage workshop? You got a couples massage workshop?
I mean, let me know. Send us information. Some women be scared to interact based on society, graping women, crimes, etc. Is there a way to make these women safe while approaching? By the way, I'm a tall guy with muscles. Well, this is the thing. You don't necessarily need to worry about that because that's not your issue. Your intention is not to do those messed up things, right? So what'll happen is that a woman has to be able to discern whether or not, okay, this guy is cool or this guy's on some bullshit, right? But it's not up to you to be worrying about how you're coming across in the sense of, well, I don't want to scare her, or I need to do this to make her comfortable, because then now you're not actually being yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And you're worrying too much about what she may be thinking, right? So as long as you understand that your intentions are pure and your intentions are not to do anything fucked up, then you're good, right? That's up to her to be able to see that and respond to that. You know what I'm saying? 570 is popping. Who this?
Yes, sir. This is Charlie Keefe for Ascend the Eye Talk. What's going on,
In
Mr.
the
Locario?
building. What's going on? What's going on?
Yes, sir.
What's popping with you, man?
Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Thanks for taking my call. I just wanted to call and make a quick point about, what that last caller said. He was acting, very defeated on the phone, And one thing I want to say about, the guys who don't get coaching, it's no knock on you. I've been there. You're afraid to make that leap, But this is the thing, especially when it comes to women, because, a lot of guys are on this channel because they want to, have successful women.
Right.
I could feel it in this caller's voice, and it's the same thing I used to do, which is what happens is that, see, when you have a belief inside you, or your desire, I should say, that you want to do, and you have a belief that counteracts that because of your conditioning, what happens is every time you go out in the some people call it the field, I'm gonna call it in life. When you go out in life, the thing is when your desire wants to come out, it's like the Decepticons come for you kind of thing, like all systems go, because what it is the game is going to test your ass to make sure you're exactly who the fuck you say you are.
Right.
So it's like, that's why coaching is so important, because we're, Locario, and I got coaching from Locario, from you, obviously. And that shit helped me, just to the ends of the earth. Like, I can't even describe how much it helped me. But the thing about it is that I can tell in these guys' voices, and even that guy from before, Himothy or whatever, when he was talking about when I'm him, bro, if you're him, you don't got to say you're him, because you already know who the fuck you are and you know your value.
Exactly.
So what are we talking about?
It's a fact.
It's like, guys, and that's what that is, Carlo. That's just a different side of it. See, this other caller before, I don't know his name. He's the nice guy part of it, where Himothy's the asshole. They're really two sides of the same coin, which is they don't know who the fuck they are. They have to project.
That's some real shit.
And so I used to be like, I think one of the reasons, and this is why I'm telling this last caller, and I'm trying to give him some motivation here to call in, is because I used to be like you. I used to be like this, not super nice, but I used to be like a nice guy. Kind of, I've always, there's nothing wrong with being kind, but I used to be that guy who's be like, maybe I should just go for it once. And then, it's like the ice cream analogy or whatever you made of the cheesecake, maybe I'll just go for the cheesecake once and then you won't get that craving again. It's like, dude, you will do it again because you just did it right now.
Exactly right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So it's no knock on you personally, caller, whoever you are, but I want these guys to hear the confidence in my voice about how I know who the fuck I am. And I haven't, you won't even catch me doing some shit that I don't like to do anymore. Cause I'm just like, you can't even look yourself in the mirror. I'm sure, Locario, if that even haven't happened to you, you wouldn't even be able to look yourself in the mirror. Cause you'd be like, I can't fucking believe you, Locario. Not to be all egotistical, but like, you know the value, you know who you are.
Exactly.
It's like no fucking way that's going to happen.
Exactly.
So, but anyway.
That's what's up. Nah, that's a fact, man.
But yeah.
But yeah, man.
I just want to say that real quick, because these guys need to get on my coaching to have fun out here.
Right.
This ain't just it ain't just about fucking, we're gamed up and now we're better than you.
Right.
It's like we're trying to have an enjoyable experience. But anyway, I'm gonna keep it going. And thanks for letting me taking my call, and have a good night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Charlie. Yeah, man, that's some real shit. And the thing is, man, is that, you guys out there, you got to understand that you have to make sure that you are not putting woman above the program. It's really that simple. And you have to train yourself to do that because you have been trained to do the opposite your entire life. You understand? So your entire life, you've been taught to put women above you. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's so hard. That's why it's so difficult for a lot of guys, right? Because trust me, there's been times where, you know, I'm talking to a woman and, you know, I'm like, yo, this chick is hot. But then she's like trying to get me to do shit her way. And I'm like, I can't fuck with her. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I got to tell her to bounce. I'm like, peace out. Have a nice life. Like, we're done. You understand what I'm saying? But most guys can't do that. Because they're like, oh, but she's so sexy, though. She got a fat ass. I want her and all that other crazy shit. You feel what I'm saying? But let me answer some more of these questions. So I'm going to kill the phone lines real quick. And then I'm going to answer these questions and we're going to wrap it up. Says, is it mess up? Is it if you mess up and cheat on your girl and notice she has become resentful and disrespectful, do you automatically charge it to the game or is it worth working on? Well, this is the thing. If you cheat on your chick, right, you fucked up, which is why she might become resentful and disrespectful. You understand? This is why you got to make sure that you don't fuck around and do no goofy shit. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you don't fuck around and do no goofy fucking shit. And Timothy, I'm about to get you up out of here. Talking about, is Charlie an actor? No, you're an actor. See, Timothy, you're projecting you. See, Charlie's a real dude. You understand what I'm saying? So Timothy, you need to relax or we're gonna have to boot you up out of here. It says, I think you mentioned the first time you have sex with a chick should be 15 minutes. Like 15 minutes. Would you just give a sampler or what you like in that session? For example, do oral and anal. Well, this is the thing. So again, when it comes to hooking up with a girl for the first time and all that other stuff, right? All I'm going to say is this, because you guys like what you like. What I'm saying is just try not to do too much. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, like a lot of you guys, y'all just go crazy and just go all out, right? And what I'm saying is that the same way where you first met a girl and you just took her to get coffee or a drink and it was something small, it's the same way sex should be when you're hooking up with her for that first time. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that, you know, if it's the first time you're meeting this woman, y'all go get drinks and then y'all go back to your place to hook up. Why would you be fucking her and doing all this other extra shit for 3 hours and going 4 rounds and all this? This is crazy. Like, you're doing way too much. This says, can you talk about the value of providing structure even in casual relationships and why this is something women value? Well, that's a good question. And I answer that in the Master the Vetting process. So make sure you guys go to shoplocario.com to get that program, because I break that down. Because this is why it's, you know, that's why it's called, you know, how to succeed in casual and long-term relationships. So I'll break that down at shoplocario.com. It says, do you think it's easier to approach a woman because she don't know you and can expect anything you should I have that mindset so the rejection won't hurt as much? Well, this is the thing. None of you know what a woman that you're approaching is interested in or wants, right? And so that's the cool thing about, you know, just approaching women in general, is that you meet all different types of women, and some of those women that you approach are going to be women that are feeling you. And then of course, it's going to be women who are not feeling you. So the rejection hurts now, or still hurts, because you are still worried about, you know, what a woman thinks. And, you know, and you're also talking about or you're also thinking about her rejecting you, meaning that there's something wrong with you. You see what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see this. This is my last question. You have time. If is there room for manipulation in the context of game, whether good or bad manipulation? Can there be a space for manipulation to exist for things to favor the man? Well, this is what you got to understand. If we're talking about, well, you got to understand there's a few different things, right? So it depends on the context of what you're saying about manipulation, right? Some of you guys, when you're talking about manipulation, you guys are talking about lying and cheating and doing all this other stuff, right? So what happens is that if we're talking about manipulation and you doing things a certain way to create a certain outcome, right? Where it's not disingenuous and not slick and underhanded, right? Then that's fine if we're talking about manipulation in that context. But what I would say though is that when it comes to this game, it's really just more so about being authentic. So change the word manipulation to just you being authentic. So focus on authenticity. You feel what I'm saying? Because when you focus on authenticity, then what happens is that you actually get what you really want. You understand what I'm saying? So it says, if a man vetted her long before commitment and all seems perfect, you said women still get comfortable. Do kids, marriage, and a house speed that up since it adds more security? Wait, hold on. I got to read. So you're saying vetted her long before commitment and all seems perfect. You said women still get comfortable. Do kids, marriage, and a house speed that up since it adds more security? Well, this is the thing, the whole kids, marriage, house shit, you understand what I'm saying, shouldn't happen until way later anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're trying to do all of that type of stuff, that should happen way after you've done vetted her, made her your girl, and all this other type of things. So the thing is that a lot of times comfortability in a relationship is going to happen automatically as it progresses, right? The only thing that you want to make sure that doesn't happen is that comfortability, you don't want comfortability to cause complacency, which can cause, disrespect. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that, so you're saying if it speeds it up more. Well, the thing is that by that time, if you're doing those things, that should be way after she's already been properly vetted anyway. It says, does the vetting program talk about how to vet women without having sex from the jump? I'm Christian and I'm trying to find out a woman's cooperation another way. No, so the vetting process on the shop Locario.com, which all you guys should get, we talk about actually having sex because you need to see if she's sexually interested in you. Right. So now you can, in some form or fashion, sort of see if she's sexually interested in you without having sex. If you're in that type of thing of, oh, I'm not going to have sex till I'm married and all that other stuff. Right. There's certain ways you can probably see, but also this is the problem too. Part of vetting a woman, and this is why I don't agree with waiting for marriage to have sex, is that y'all actually have to see if you're sexually compatible. And so what I'm saying is you can't see if you're sexually compatible if you don't have sex. And what will happen is that sometimes when you wait until after you're married or after to do all that sexual shit and you realize you're not compatible sexually, then you just end up staying in the situation because you feel like obligated to stay because you're already married. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Michael, I don't really have I don't have anything that's about not fucking on that shit. So that this may not be for you. You feel what I'm saying? So, so yeah, that's the thing with that. So should your vocabulary match your look when getting at women? If so, how important is it when making an impact? What do you mean? What do you mean your vocabulary should match your look? I'm confused by that one. You might have to call in next time to talk about that. All right. Last question here. To always remember to be authentic consistently. Does it take mental reps of a certain mindset or just having I don't give a fuck on blast all day, every day? For me, I just remind myself to rise above the bullshit. Well, this is the thing. If you're being yourself, then you're going to be authentic consistently. So it doesn't take any trying to do. You're just being who you actually are. You understand what I'm saying? It's just being who you are. So he said, I think Michael realized that they have no game over on the Christian side of YouTube. See, see, again, I don't really want to get on, people's religion and shit, but, if we're being practical and real here, is that you have to see if you're sexually compatible with someone. And the only way to see if you're sexually compatible with someone is y'all got to have sex, period. So you and your girl could be sexually attracted to each other. That still doesn't mean you're sexually compatible. And you have to have sex. Like, there's no way to see if you're sexually compatible without having sex. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to do that thing. You got to do it. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, man. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. You feel me? Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow for the Friday show. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys tune in for that. And I will holler at you guys later. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. Listen, ask me if I care. I promise I don't care. She told me that she got hurt in the past. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm thinking, what's up with all of that ass? I ain't tricking, bitch, don't ask me about cash. Why these hoes be telling me all they problems? I ain't saving them, ain't my fault they got them. I can't solve them and I could never stop them. All I'm concerned with is hitting the bottom. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. This girl's looking for a listening ear. Don't she notice that I really don't care? I'm a man, she should go choose the bear. I'll explain to her that life isn't fair. Why you wanna talk to me about your life? I'm just trying to hit, I don't want a wife. You lie saying you want somebody nice. He has your back, you stab his with a knife. You be wanting your friends to be men. You know you don't care about none of them. Or I should say they don't care about you. They only there cause they hoping to screw. You saying guys only want one thing. You frontin' as if you don't want flings. You want the guy with dough, you want bling. Now you wanna be a queen, you want kings. Why you trying to search for a gentleman? Do you think that's how you will get a man? You don't understand, so you won't get a man. I don't want to talk, I am not Letterman. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. She's got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life.